A very novel fundraising venture is launched now on July the 24th. In aid of the Simon community, that of course is a homeless charity, it covers the entire island of Ireland. The 32-32-32 penalty kick challenge will feature 8 intrepid Gaelic football fans and players from County Tyrone travelling through all 32 counties and taking a penalty kick in a selected venue in each of those 32 counties. The fundraising comes about from £32 being donated by every Gaelic football and athletic club in the country. It's certain to be a big undertaking, bearing in mind that the intrepid volunteers will tackle the 32 counties in just 5 days. And to show solidarity with the Simon Community Charity, they'll also be sleeping rough on the 4 nights that they're away. Local MLA Barry McElduff has undertaken many challenges in the past. He'll be taking the penalties against Big Plunkett McCallan, a 6-time Tyrone Senior Football Championship winner from the Carrickmore Club. It's an undertaking that Barry and the rest of the team are relishing.
The idea initially was mooted by Ronan McMahon and Kieran Slane, 2 members of our 8-member group, that we should do a bit of fundraising, and they wanted an innovative fundraiser for charity. And then Plunkett Big Oz McCallan, he put the tin hat on it altogether. He nominated Simon with these other fellas, and they came up with this notion that we should do something to raise awareness about homelessness throughout Ireland, and raise awareness and raise money for frontline homeless provision. And maybe Oz will tell you why he was motivated to do something for Simon, because I think he himself witnessed homeless people in Belfast one evening and was taken back a wee bit by what he saw, you know, the delivery of sandwiches and soup and blankets to people who were homeless, I think, in an entry. Then we all came together and we thought that we would want to have a bit of crack with this ourselves. Of course, we're highlighting the stark reality of homelessness throughout Ireland. Many people in our cities, Irish people who have come to live here, finding themselves on the streets. And then there's a second theme of, you know, increasing, you know, mortgage, house repossessions. And again, it was Oz that made the point that most of us are only 5 payments away from becoming homeless ourselves. So in 2012, with all the financial pressures there are on people, homelessness is a real prospect, you know. And so that's what it's about. And then, of course, us all being GAA men, the 8 of us, it had to have a GAA theme. So we decided, I think they originally mooted the idea of free kicks, but then I think they knew my tremendous ability at hitting penalties. So I was sent for. And now the bottom line is that I'm hitting a penalty in every county in Ireland over a period of 5 days against Plunkett Big Oz McCallan. He might have 6 senior club championship medals in Tyrone, and nobody has any more than him, and he's trying to get a 7th. He might have that, but I'm quite confident that I'll put a few past him. 32 counties, 32 penalties, and €32 or 32 sterling, please. We're asking every GAA club in Ireland to give the Simon Communities of Ireland €32 or 32 sterling.
Well, Plunkett, or perhaps better known as Oz McCallan, you're the man that has to stand up to Barry McElduff's penalty kicks in the 32-32-32 penalty challenge. You were touched by what the Simon community do.
Was the fact that things that we take for granted, like the roof over your head and you know, hot food on the table, like there are things that we take for granted. We never really think that maybe, you know, people get up in the morning and that's the main aim of the day, is to find whether they can get something to eat or whether they can get something to sleep. So that was, you know, when I did sit back and thought about it, you know, that was the thing that affected me the most. Not so much, but it made you think about the whole thing. Like, you know, these wee simple things, without repeating myself, these simple things that we take for granted, or not everybody, you know, has them there at their disposal, or, you know, and that's a big thing. So as Barry was saying there, we come up with this idea for that there, and we went to the GA for it because, you know, we're the big GA family throughout Ireland, and they're well known. The GA is well known for its you know, its contribution to you know, hard people in hard times and that there, and we thought no better way to, you know, no better people to ask than the GA people of Ireland, because, you know, they're known right around the world for their generosity. So this is a wee bit closer to home now, so we're asking all good GA folk, to dig deep in your pockets and maybe help out the less fortunate than themselves.
Barry, there's not just the two E's obviously going as well. There's a total of 8 involved. Who else is taking part in this challenge?
Myself and Oz and 6 others. We're all going to be travelling on a Donnelly Brothers bus, and we're availing of a Max Hall fuel card, so we're doing well. But on the team, we have additionally then Kieran Slane, who used to play for Pomeroy, played in the All-Ireland final for them, was one of their key scorers, now plays with St Bridget's in Dublin. Ronan McMahon, Carrick Moorman, a big buddy of Oz's, kind of an enforcer with yellow and red cards, particularly if Oz comes off his line. Ronan McSherry, the journalist with the Ulster Herald and Gaelic Life, Coal Island GA man. Damien Crown, then Oma, personal health and fitness dude, positive energy only please. And then we'll have Campbell and Corr, 2 Clonaux Rahilly's men. We reckon that if you're going to go into a battle, you need Clonaux men because they're first into the field of battle and last to leave. And Oliver Corr, uniquely, he's going to play the mountains of Pomeroy on every pitch that we go to in the 32 counties to remind us of home.
And it's quite apt, I suppose, because at the end of the day, while everyone involved has a home, a lot of people you'll be raising money for don't have. And to get a feel what that's like, you will be sleeping rough yourselves, Barry.
Aye, we're going to live homeless ourselves for the 5-day period, 5 days and 4 nights, starting on Tuesday week, the 24th of July in Galway. And that first night we'll sleep homeless in Dungarvan, County Waterford. Second night we'll sleep homeless in Dublin. The third night we'll sleep homeless in Castlebar. And the fourth and final night of sleeping out will be Friday the 27th of July in Lurgan, but don't tell anybody. Please don't tell anybody that one. And then our fifth and final day is like a northern leg, and we'll be starting in Drummondtee, proceeding to Kilcoo, then O'Donnell's in Belfast, Balahi, and finally our Tyrone penalty, the 32nd penalty, and that'll be in Derry Tresk. There's a wee bit of mischief in us, of course. We want to show our solidarity with the men from the hill after all that came through in the last year.
It's going to be a big logistical issue for yourselves. It's going to be a very big undertaking, Plunkett, but it's one that you and the guys feel is well worth taking for this charity.
Oh, it definitely is worthwhile. We've seen it in first hand. All of what this is a very simple thing for us to do compared to what them people have to go through all the time. So it's only a small gesture by us, but hopefully a gesture that'll last long and live long in everybody's memories. And the main thing is that no matter what we raise here, the main thing is we're going to raise the profile of the Simon community. That was our main aim at the start, so it was. And
the name of Barry McElduff was a penalty taker. He might won the first day, but that's as good as it's going to get, as it was.
Well, that's the day. That's what I've been basing my strategy on. Like that, Barry will take off the first day, and he maybe even 4-1 up or 5-1 up. I don't really care. But this first rough night in the street, Barry wouldn't be used to them hard elements of lying in the street. Where an odd night I've come back from the bar myself and ended up in the doors locked where I found myself out in the 1,000-star hotel. That's what I have.
And Barry, obviously, it's a great undertaking. It's a serious message, but it will be a bit of fun as well.
We're determined to have a bit of crack. We're privileged. We're going to meet the GAA community throughout Ireland, and that's a very wealthy experience for us. As Plunkett has said there, it really is a mere gesture, but we are appealing to your listeners on Q. We're appealing to your listeners to ensure that their local GAA club does donate that 32 sterling or 32 euros to the Simon Communities of Ireland. And on our website, www.32-32-32.com, you'll see how to donate. So we'd like to thank everybody for their support so far, and we're shortly about to embark on our tour of Ireland.
Barry McElduff there along with Plunkett, Oz McCallan, as they are about to embark on their 32-32-32 penalty kick challenge around Ireland in aid of the Simon community.